Welcome to Buenos Aires, Argentina, the home of tango and Lionel Messi. Let's do this. And then he just cuts it in front of you. Gracias. Thank you. Cheers. La Boca, the colourful neighbourhood.
Really overwhelming.
Cheers.
Cheers. This has to be one of the coolest places to have a beer ever. Oh, gracias. Thank you. Oh my god, there's 3 pieces. I'm actually gonna die.
Good morning and welcome to Buenos Aires, Argentina, a country of around 45 million people, 15 million of which live in this metropolis, the 2nd largest country in South America and the 8th largest in the world. After 17 days aboard the Sapphire Princess, our time cruising around the Antarctic and South America has come to an end, but we do have 48 hours to explore the home of tango and Lionel Messi. Let's do this.
If you didn't already guess by Matt's shirt, we're very, very excited to be in Buenos Aires in Argentina. We're actually staying in the Micro Central, right next to the main shopping street of Florida. And yesterday we did one of the best day trips that you can do in Buenos Aires. We went on the Tigre Delta.
Welcome to the Tigre Delta, just a 45-minute drive outside of Buenos Aires, and this place is home to over 40,000 islands and 8,000 inhabitants. This certainly doesn't look like the metropolis of Buenos Aires.
This is stunning. It's lined with restaurants and houses, and actually I never even knew it existed. If we hadn't have found this excursion with Princess, and I don't think we would actually have even come here.
It's definitely a hidden gem.
Absolutely a hidden gem.
It is also lined with these extremely grand buildings. Behind me is the Tigre Club that was actually the 3rd casino of the entire country.
This boat here, I believe, is the supermarket boat, because I can see on the back, I can see Stella, I can see crisps, I can see noodles and stuff.
They've
and they're
got
just
their
coming up and down.
priorities right.
They have Stella on top.
As you head deeper into the delta, it gets narrower and narrower, and there's certain parts that they're not sure that you can always access, because at this point now it is less than 5 feet deep. Any shallower and we would be stuck, but I would highly recommend coming here. Perhaps get a train. You can get a train from Buenos Aires, spend a day here, go to a couple of the restaurants on the islands and do a boat trip.
And it was amazing.
This is Florida, the main walking streets of central Buenos Aires, and the first thing you are going to notice while walking along here is a lot of people are going cambio, which is basically currency. They want you to exchange your money because the financial situation in Argentina is pretty dire, and there was up until recently a blue rate where you could exchange your cash and get a much better exchange rate, but in the last couple of weeks they've actually changed that. So if you pay by your card, you're getting there we go, there it was, cambio, cambio, cambio. You're getting similar with your Visa. You'll get around 1,400, and on the streets 1,500.
I love this. Even the crossing is in the colours of the Argentinian flag.
And we've made it to Republic Square here on the 9th of July Avenue. This behind is where the country's flag once stood, and now you have the giant obelisk and the really cool Buenos Aires sign made out of grass, and they have a very orderly queue of people waiting to get their photo in what is like the Times Square of Buenos Aires.
I've got a little hack for you. If you walk the other side, you can just walk beside everyone and you still get the same great view.
You probably thought our first meal in Buenos Aires was going to be some empanadas, maybe some asado, but did you think we'd be having some of the best pizza you can find in the entire world?
I am beyond excited. I think almost half of the population are from Italian descent, and this road in particular, which is just off the Republic Square, has so many pizza restaurants. But we were recommended, I don't know if I'm going to say it right, I think it's Gurin. We'll see. Let's try some pizza.
And of course, the queue is huge.
I love this. It's almost like a diner vibe in here. It smells so good. Everyone's looking at us. They're like, foreigners have come for pizza. It is so cool. So you just go and order at the desk. They give you a little receipt, and I asked the guy what's the most famous, and he said, hello. He said mozzarella portion, and we got 2 shops, which we found out was beer. So we have Gurin beer, I believe.
And then he just cuts it in front of you.
Oh my god.
Gracias. Thank you.
Gracias. Thank you. Cheeky. Okay, to the drinks. Pizza, now drinks. This is so cool.
Gracias. And now I get the important thing. Gracias. Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers. I can't lie, it's absolutely boiling. Look at the state of me. So this is so needed and delicious. And 2 slices of pizza and 2 cervezas came to 8,400, which on my exchange rate on our card was £5. So I don't know how good that is, but oh my god, this pizza, I'm desperate to try it. Oh.
You're knocking the table and everything. I'm
literally making a mess. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is crazy. I'll give you more information on it in a minute, but first I gotta try it.
So pizza de molde, which we are having, translates to pizza in the pan, and this place is so famous. It goes back to 1932, and even Lionel Messi has been here, so you know it is the best.
It's hot though.
It's like a cheese overload.
It's cheese paradise.
It's unbelievably cheesy. That pizza was mucho bueno. Honestly, I think that might be the best pizza I have had in my life. I like a thicker, chunkier, cheesier pizza. I'm not a fan of your traditional thin Italian style, but we have now walked to Porto Madero, which was the old port, the old dockyard here in Buenos Aires, but it has been transformed into this posh neighborhood full of bars and restaurants and lined with luxury yachts and locals blooming jet skis.
Love the style of the buildings. You can see it's like red brick. It's kind of reminding me of like Battersea at home in London. They've sort of revamped it and created all this hip bars and restaurants. I've seen a few signs for craft beer, and one of our favourite things to do is sit along the waterfront and drink a cold beer. So sounds like a plan.
Gracias.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Gracias.
you. Gracias. Cheers.
Cheers. 3,400 for 2 beers. That is a good deal.
I really do love what they've done with the place here, transforming the old historical docks into this hip area. We're sat here next to, I don't know what it is, it looks like an old sort of pirate ship, drinking a craft beer for just over, spilling it, for just over £1 £1.30 for a craft beer in a fancy restaurant on the riverside in Buenos Aires. Of course, the financial situation in the country right now is not great for the locals, but if you come here as a tourist, your money will definitely go a long way, especially with your card paying by Visa, now also getting the blue market rate. But right next to Porto Madero is the Plaza de Mayo, Independence Square. Mayo meaning May, when Argentina gained independence from the Spanish and it's just like pretty much any Independence Square. A lot of statues, but behind us is the grand pink house.
Casa Rosada, meaning pink house in Spanish. My favourite type of colour. I would love to live in this house. It's actually the presidential office, a government office. It used to be a palace. There's other beautiful buildings.
And he's a very interesting character.
An extremely interesting character. But yeah, main square, lots of beautiful buildings around it. Definitely my fave.
That was so cool.
I'm not sure exactly what it's in aid of.
I feel like they're changing the guard.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing to witness, and it was by accident.
Gracias, thank you.
A short walk from Independence Square is San Telmo, specifically Mercado de San Telmo, the San Telmo market, full of food vendors and lots of places for cervezas. Apparently a lot busier on a Sunday, but we managed to find fonda for empanada, the pastry greasy king filled with beef. And it's like beef tomato. It kind of tastes like spaghetti bolognese inside an empanada. Very unusual, but delicious.
I feel like today I'm having the best everything, the best pizza and now the best empanadas, but I definitely recommend coming on a Sunday. It's pretty quiet in the week and definitely lacks a little bit of atmosphere, and you also get the flea market on a Sunday. So we are leaving, we are jumping in an Uber and we are heading to the famous La Boca. Things did not quite go to plan on our way to La Boca yesterday. We got caught in a storm that came out of nowhere, so we had to go back to our hotel, but we did head out for steak to one of the most famous steakhouses in the entire world, La Cabrera. We got a last minute reservation. We were very lucky because there were queues going around the entire block. This is so us. We come to one of the, if not the poshest steakhouse in all of Buenos Aires.
I know.
And we get a can of beer.
What is that?
Gracias.
You can put it here if you want.
To her, it's good. Thank you very much.
This looks amazing. Just about to tell you about the entrees they bring you, like the little side dishes, but then they brought out the propaletta, the grilled cheese, possibly the best dish ever invented. It's literally a slab of cheese. Look at that oil, look at that grease. Oh, it's just heaven on a grill plate. Oh, gracias, thank you. Oh my god, there's 3 pieces.
3 pieces, yeah.
Wow.
Two is small, this is 3 is okay.
Is it small?
It's small, yeah.
It looks huge.
400 grams.
Is that half? Half, wow. I'm actually gonna die. So I ordered a half portion of beef steak and I've got 3 steaks. 3 steaks. The worst thing is there's no pricing on this menu and I'm scared, but it looks absolutely delicious. So here's one of my little steaks. I have no idea what I've got. 3 little sauces.
Is it the best in the world?
It is delicious, but I'm worried. There's 3 bits of steak here and a whole mashed potato.
The food was out of this world, but the service was not the best. If you're coming to Buenos Aires, you've got to try the meat. You've got to try the steak. It was a little expensive, but definitely worth it. But round 2, take 2, we have made it to La Boca, the colourful neighbourhood home to Boca Juniors.
This is so unique but also really overwhelming. There's so many people. I did think that it was a good idea to come when all the tours came, but I'm slightly regretting that now. But anyway, it's absolutely stunning, and the area that we're in is Caminito, and basically it was men that worked at the harbour, mainly Spanish and Italian immigrants, and they basically built little wooden houses or structures and painted them with the leftover paint, which is why they are so colourful. And as you can see, everybody wants a photo.
This place is insane. It is hectic, it is crowded, it is colourful. You've got all these statues coming out of the buildings with Messi, with Maradona, people going up top. There's actually like an hour's queue just to get a photo with Lionel Messi. There are restaurants all the way along lined with tango, music, draft beer. And it feels like this is the best thing to do, just cut into one of these little side alleys.
It's just so colourful, but yeah, getting up, it's so humid as well, and I think with the amount of people that are here, it's making it like 10 times hotter. And like I said, I've already said it, it's overwhelming, but so cool. So cool. Even the stone flooring is painted multicoloured. Even the souvenirs are multicoloured. Even the guy playing the harmonica is sat on like the multicoloured wooden
there he goes.
outside. There he goes up again. I think we may have found the coolest restaurant ever. They were literally dancing tango in front of us.
Cheers.
Cheers. This has to be one of the coolest places to have a beer ever.
So good. So normally if you were to go out in Buenos Aires and book a evening tango experience, you'd be looking to pay around $100 each with your meal, the tango and everything else. But here you can go in, you can pay for your beers, which came to around 16 English pounds, which was quite expensive, but you got to watch front row tango. So good. We're also actually warned by our taxi driver not to do what we're doing right now, walk down the side streets. They say stay in the touristy areas because it can be pretty dangerous, but so far we haven't noticed that at all. It would be rude to come to La Boca and not get a Boca Juniors shirt. Oh,
let's see.
Is it freshly printed?
Yeah, I think so.
How's it
That's
look?
Nice.
It's good.
I love the blue.
With Cavani on the back as well.
Cavani on the back.
Gracias.
Look at that.
Thank you. With my messy bag. Gracias. Less than $10 US for a Boca Juniors t-shirt from the nicest lady that has a tiny little shop right outside of La Bombonera, home to the mighty Boca Juniors, the most famous team in Argentina. They currently have Edison Cavani playing for them, but in the past they've had Riquelme and even the great Diego Maradona. If you head out of the main touristy area and head towards the stadium, you're going to definitely find a few more bargains, and it's great to see such an iconic football stadium. It would have been so good if we could have caught a game.
It really would have. I feel like the atmosphere would have been absolutely unbelievable. As you can see, it's literally just a photo spot. I love the colours, and I love your t-shirt as well. It's like the perfect purchase.
Of course they play the day after we leave. Can you imagine we could have come, we could have gone in there with the locals, drunk a load of cerveza, and then watch one of the greatest atmospheres in football.
You'll actually see that people, not only do they offer you cash when you walk around the streets, but people offer you tickets as well. And especially here in La Boca, they ask you, do you want to watch a game? So yeah, we found out that the game is the day after we leave. That's gutting.
Summer in Buenos Aires is no joke. 40-degree heat and extremely humid. We actually had to go back to our hotel and get changed. We're actually staying at the FA Hotel. It's very centrally located, around $100 a night, and I would highly recommend it. But we have now come out to spend our last evening in Buenos Aires in Recoleta, which is one of the most high-end, affluent areas of the city. Very walkable, full of bars, restaurants, tree-lined boulevards. But we came here for what is behind these walls, the Recoleta Cemetery, one of the most famous sites actually in the entire city. But we got here a little bit too late. But they did tell us if we want to see the cemetery, the plan B is to go into one of these restaurants or bars that have a rooftop and they'll overlook it. So they're basically forcing us to have another cerveza.
Wow, this is so cool.
I'm really not sure about this view, drinking a beer, looking at a cemetery. Buenos Aires, you are slowly becoming one of my favorite cities. It was a little bit strange drinking your cerveza looking out at the cemetery, but it was the only way. It closes at 5 p.m. so if you are coming and you want to walk through it, get there before 5 to see the city's first public cemetery, but dating back to 1822, and I believe it's around 14 acres large. So it is a very big cemetery, but again, the prices, Buenos Aires, it's a shame for the people that live here, but at the moment everything is so incredibly cheap. And we've actually found that if you pay on your card, from doing further research, it's actually a better exchange rate than you'll get on the blue market. We have been quoted by people on the blue market, and it's actually now much less than paying with your debit or Visa card.
I really didn't expect Recoleta to be as affordable as it is, but we have walked to Avenida Alvear, which is like the main shopping street. You can see behind me there's ultra luxury hotels. We have Hermes, we have Creed, we have Tag Heuer, all the fancy brands, way out of our price range. It's nice to come and have a look.
So interesting, every district, every area of Buenos Aires feels like a city within itself. La Boca compared to Recoleta, they are worlds apart, but both have their own distinct charm. But like Molly said, it's very interesting to see that even in a place this luxurious, the prices are still very affordable, similar to what you would find in Central. La Boca actually has been the most expensive place we have found so far. And that was Buenos Aires, Argentina. I feel like I might have a new favorite country in the world. What a place. The people are so welcoming, and there is just so much to see and do in this metropolis. And we ended with what I think was the best Italian food I have ever eaten in my life. So this is Sato Voce. This is in the most upscale area of Buenos Aires, and they also are part of the Michelin guide for some of the best Italian food in the entire country. We are getting a bottle of Malbec, which the Argentines have perfected, for around £5 English, and on the menu they have champagne at £1.20 a glass. Cheers.
Perfect. I have never seen a more aesthetically pleasing dish. Pasta just coated in cheese, sauce. I think I have a Recoleta or something like that.
The fresh parmesan grated on top.
Oh, and like bolognese. I'm sorry. It's like cheesy, absolute heaven. My mouth is salivating.
Oh my god. Oh, it's so cheesy and delicious.
There really isn't a better time to come to Argentina, to Buenos Aires. Your money is going to go a lot further. They're having a hard time, and you coming here, spending your money, hopefully will help pick up the economy, but make sure you bring some cash to tip them. You can't tip by card, so have cash to tip. It goes a long way. But we're about to get on our flight, head into the airport to somewhere, I don't even know where we're going yet, to somewhere else in the world. It's been an incredible 3 weeks around South America and Antarctica, and I'm sure we'll be back very, very soon. So we'll see you from somewhere in the world.